When Hansi Flick appointed as Bayern manager, they were struggling domestically as they have a worst start in their Bundesliga history. But after that, it was all Bayern domestically as well as continentally. They scored a staggering 100 goals in the Bundesliga and also scored 44 in the Champions League. Under Flick, they remain unbeaten in the league as well as unbeaten in the Champions League. Except then Flick, there is also main three reasons on how they conquered the world. First, the unbelievable prodigy Alphonso Davies. Second, re-emergence of Thomas Müller and their beautiful tactics. As teams prepare for Lewandowski and Thomas Müller, Alphonso Davies comes as out of syllabus for other teams as with his superb pace and his dribbling skills. As you can see the stats right down here. And the most important factor in Bayern's success is the re-emergence of Thomas Müller, as he gives 21 assists in the Bundesliga, which is most Bayern player in their history, and also have 1.4 tackles per game. But as Neuer is the best sweeper keeper in the world, they love playing out from the back through Alaba and Boateng. Between the centre back, the ball progression is mainly done through Alaba, who can either pass to Thiago in midfield or going long to Gnabry, as he has completed most passes in the league and as well as most long balls in the game. As you can see, Alaba going long to Gnabry as Dortmund keep the high line. But when teams press them higher up the pitch, they counter this by Thiago dropping as the halfback. At the same time, both fullbacks move higher up the pitch. As you can see in this video, Thiago dropping deep to receive the ball. At the half, Bayern formation is 2-3-5, in which the midfield pivot is very important as Thiago has been given full freedom to run the match. When he's on the ball, Coman tucks inside and Davies moves further forward to provide the width, while also Goretzka also moves higher up. Now you can see Thiago has complete time, space to pass the ball either to Müller, Gnabry or going long to Lewandowski or Davies, as he has completed the 0.8 key passes per game, 3.0 dribbles per game, which is most in the league, 1.9 interception in the game and also 1.9 tackles per game, which is unbelievable stat for a midfielder. Here, Thiago has several passing options available to him, as he can either play short to Müller or Goretzka or go long towards Lewandowski or Serge Gnabry. In the final third, Bayern generally attack from the wings, differentiating from both sides. From the left, Coman tucks inside along with his marker, due to which Davies get a chance to overlap. And when he's on the ball, he generally does two things: either dribble or cross. When he crosses, Thomas Müller and Leon Goretzka is joined by Lewandowski to attack the ball and score from a free header. On the right, it was the trio of Kimmich, Gnabry and Müller who comes together to destroy the opponents. When Gnabry has the ball, at the same time Thomas Müller attacks the right half space, which draws the fullback away, and that frees up Gnabry to either pass or shoot. But when one of the centre back is trying to follow Müller, then Kimmich comes forward to draw the fullback away, which now frees Gnabry as well as Lewandowski. After losing the ball, they don't sit back, rather press the opponents like a machine, in which Müller is very important as he presses the opponents like an alien. Now, you can see in the game against Chelsea, it is clear how intensely they press, giving no space or time to their opponents. As you can see, Bayern Munich, after losing the ball, pressing the opposing centre-back ruthlessly so that he cannot pass the ball to his teammate. As you can see in this picture, Müller is pressing Witsel as soon as he receives the ball. It means that he is not trying to give any time or space to Witsel to pass the ball. They rarely sit back, and when they sit back, they generally sit back in a 4-4-2 formation, in which Lewandowski and Thomas Müller act as a front two.